Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Leticia. I don't know how to start this video. I feel a bit nervous. This video is going to be a bit personal, but I felt inspired to share my experience when I watched Colleen's video. So I saw her I'll Be Okay video. So I as well just recently had a miscarriage. Not too long ago. This happened actually just last month. I wanted to share my experience because maybe we don't talk enough about this, and as lost as I felt and confused I felt about this, watching her video just made me think like, wow, you know, this happens very frequently. This doesn't only happen to me, this happens to a lot of girls, and maybe it'll be beneficial to someone. I just really felt inspired to talk about it and shine some light on this issue. It was very confusing for me and my husband to go through this. I took a pregnancy test. To my surprise, I was really not expecting it, but it came out positive. Today is Monday. It is 2 a.m. Okay, you ready, babe?
What? I already saw it. I already know.
And we just found out.
Can't even see it.
Oh, there it is.
You have a baby in your belly.
I think this was, I want to say, a week after my missed period. Still was not expecting it because my period has been very irregular. So I didn't think anything. I thought it would just come out negative. But we were kind of excited. I was kind of in the back of my mind, just holding back some excitement because I just felt I had to have it confirmed first by the doctor, and I was just not telling anyone. I told Adrian, don't tell anyone. We didn't even tell our son because I just wanted to get like that confirmation. I think it was right away. I went to the doctor. Let me check. I went to see the doctor for the first time on the 20th. Took a pregnancy test, and the doctor told me that her pregnancy test was negative. I ended up getting blood drawn for a blood pregnancy test. I want to say 2 or 3 days after that, I was still waiting for them to call me with the results. I got my period, so I just thought it was just a false negative. A false positive. I'm not pregnant, and yeah, I just, in my mind, I was just not pregnant. I'm pretty much set in my mind that I'm not pregnant. You can't be pregnant and have your period. They call me with my results. I missed the call, so in my mind, I already know what they're gonna tell me, you know, because I already know that I'm not pregnant. I already know the results. So I'm kind of not in a hurry to call them back and get the results. I think I end up calling back, I don't know, I want to say Thursday or Friday of that week. I think I was already kind of like in my 3rd day. They tell me that my blood pregnancy test results came out positive. How is that possible? I let her know that I'm on my period. How is that possible that the results came out positive? According to the doctor, it's possible to be pregnant and still have my period. Adrian gets excited again. I get my hopes up again a little bit because I still in the back of my mind, okay, I got it confirmed by a doctor, but I still have to go see an OB. Getting it confirmed by a blood test, I do get a little bit more excited. I tell Adrian, oh my God, so maybe I am pregnant after all. I think we set up an appointment in like 2 weeks with an OB. We're excited. You know, a blood pregnancy test cannot be wrong. Where are we going, babe?
Going to see the doctor.
We're going to a doctor's appointment. Yeah, Adrian's gonna wait for me in the waiting room. And let's see what they tell us. I see the OB doctor. This is a new doctor, and she tells me that the pregnancy test that I took there at their office is negative. At this point, I tell the doctor I took 3 pregnancy tests at home. I took 1 blood pregnancy test. They all said it was positive. Like, what's going on? So this is where finally someone explains to me, this doctor explains to me that if I had my period after the pregnancy test had said it was positive, most likely I had a miscarriage. I was so bummed out, and I just could not believe that this had actually happened to me, and I didn't even know. I was just so discouraged, so confused. I just could not believe it. I was just ready, just mentally, to just go through this process again of being pregnant. After this, like I said, so many thoughts, so much confusion, so many thoughts went through my mind. I was glad that we hadn't told anyone. I didn't tell my family members. I was actually glad that we kept it to ourselves. In the long run, I'm just glad I didn't get anybody else's hopes up. We didn't even tell our son because it just really sucked to just be excited about something and then just get your hopes down just in an instant. Took another pregnancy test today just to check and just pretty much to confirm what the doctor told me the other day, and this is I don't know, we were just so excited. We had been talking so much about it and about our plans, about how we would share the news with our family and friends, with our son. We wanted to just do something really cool to surprise him. We had been talking about baby names. The way we dealt with this, I felt bummed out, but I didn't feel like super emotional about it. I tried to just stay positive, think positive, you know. I am pretty much ready to put my body through this and to give my husband another child and to give my son a brother finally. And I just try to stay positive. I just try to think positive. If it's God's will, it will happen soon. And I think I was just more frustrated. It did come to my mind if I had done something wrong, if I hadn't maybe, you know, drank that coffee or done that workout, my vegan lifestyle, that did come to my mind. The doctor did tell me that this was very common to happen in, you know, really early pregnancy stages. She explained to me that the fetus just didn't get through the first stages of development. So yeah, this was a very confusing time, not only for me, but for my partner as well. I started looking at other videos that doctors made talking about this. I just had so many more questions afterwards. I remember just getting these horrible cramps that to me just did not seem normal. These cramps were just so bad that I remember, you know, even thinking to going, you know, to emergencies. I just remember having them just so bad. It just felt like literally like I was going through it was just a really similar pain like when you're having contractions. One other time previously I had that similar pain during my period. That got me thinking when I watched videos about it, and this pain was one of the symptoms. I just wondered if maybe I had a miscarriage before. I don't know, I just had so many questions. You just don't think about these questions when you're there with a doctor. So I just had to go and just find talks about this and find information about this on my own. So yeah, this is my experience. It really definitely sucked, but it will happen in God's timing. I know that God's timing is perfect. If God has something for me, it's going to be mine and nothing will take that away from me. Just estimating from when I had my previous menstrual cycle, I want to say I had this miscarriage at about 6 or 7 weeks. It just happened to me way too early in my pregnancy, and I tried to not get my hopes up too much because I did know in my mind that it was really early. You know, there's always those possibilities that it could just not fall through, it could just not go through the first stages of development. I don't think it's super emotional to me to talk about this, but it definitely was quite an experience. And like I said, I hadn't even realized that I went through it. I hadn't even realized that I had gone through a miscarriage. As much as it sucked, I can't even imagine what it must feel if you go through something like this when you're maybe at later stages in your pregnancy. I think I covered everything that I wanted to share. I am definitely okay, but yeah, I am taking prenatals now. I wasn't taking any before, but the doctor did suggest that I start taking if I want to if I want to just get pregnant in the future. My son is 15 now, and I am just excited and ready to give him a baby brother or sister. He wants a brother, but yeah, we have waited so long, but that is a completely different story. Maybe for another video. But anyways, before this video becomes much longer than I want, I just want to thank you for watching this video, for hearing me out, for listening to my story. God bless, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.